Hi guys, welcome back to Farnham Homestead. I am standing in front of my new flower field. Behind me is two 4-foot-ish to 5-foot by 20 to 25-foot beds. One is a little bit longer than the other. These beds have had the side removed. As you can see, the piles around the beds. We designed these two beds to be able to take our lawnmower in between the beds. We are not going to bother with trying to make it real nice looking by trying to not get that lawnmower clippings in the beds. We're going to be using that grass as mulch. Right here, and right here, I have 2 trays of sunflowers that I've started from seed. They are going to be the first thing that's going to go in the new flower field. Most of these are for the flower field, and they are all Procut sunflowers. What that means is the flowers that I'm going to plant in here that have the term Procut on them basically means they are intended for cut flower use. That's typically what you will find at a high-end florist, not what you're going to find at the local big box stores. These flowers, on the other hand, will not have any pollen on them. So when you put a lovely market bouquet on your dining room table, your coffee table, they're not going to leave that pesky yellow pollen all over the place. Bonus, if you have allergies, that pesky pollen is what is sending you through a loop. So Procuts are the way to go for cut flowers and if you just have allergies. You can tell they're just getting their first technically true set of leaves. The first set of leaves that any plant puts off are technically not true. So I am going to wait a touch longer to put these ones in the flower field. Just want to give them a chance to be the most productive in the beds. And I have a feeling that putting them in this early might stunt their growth. These ones, on the other hand, technically my third succession, has 2 true leaves on each plant. This one being the first, these are the second. So these ones are going to go in the flower field right now. So I am going to put this on a time lapse, get all of these planted about 4 to 5 inches apart, closer because they are going to be for cut flowers. If you're planting normal branching sunflowers, it's usually about just 1 per square foot. So let's get planting. So I have 4 types of Procut sunflowers at the moment. So I'm going to be planting plum, and then Orange Excel, and I'll be going this way. I'm going to plant the first batch this length, and then I will plant this one in a few days or a week or so when they get larger, and then I will skip a couple feet of space. I'll have to calculate that out, how much I'm going to save for more successions coming in the season. I'm trying to succession my Procuts around 2 weeks or so, and I'm doing about 30-ish every succession planting. So it's going to be all Procuts. The sun rises this way and sets down here on this side of me. So the shadows will be cast to the left of me. So everything starting the tallest, this end, shorter, going down. So it's most likely going to be Procut Sunnies, and then probably Gladiolas. And I have some Dahlias I've started from seeds that I want to put the further end. And behind the camera, I have my second cut flower patch, and I have many more Dahlias to go and a lot more flowers still to go in the greenhouse. And of course, those are also going to be sorted by mature height. For my spacing, all I am doing is I'm going like this with my hand, and I'm putting one at my thumb and one at my pinky. For cut flowers, you don't want the most gigantic of blooms possible. You want something that's going to be really beautiful in a vase inside your house. Hiya, baby. Husband just walked by. Don't know if you saw him, but he's bringing relief in the form of a tiki torch. The plums, moving on to the white knights, and then I'm going to plant bicolor. So there are tons and tons of things coming to be planted in the flower patch, both over here and over here. It is super exciting. Tons of dahlias that I've started from seed, tons of dahlia tubers that I've bought in, tons of gladiolas. In the greenhouse, I still have tons of flowers that I've started from seed. So there is just a ton of things that are going to come out into these fields. So we did cut the sod off. We hand worked. I think the tool we use sometimes is called a weasel. Yes, a weasel. It works really well. It kind of reminds me of one of those canes that have the 4 prongs at the bottom. It's similar to that. There's 4 prongs at the bottom like this, with a couple in the middle, and with the handles you just are turning the soil, really aerating it. You can see how well it really worked on this freshly grass removed flower field. Until next time, I hope you guys have a great time in your garden, and I hope you have a lovely evening. Good night. As well as tons and tons of bouquets and tons of flowers to be planted in this one and this flower
field.